The rain fell like whispers over the streets of New Jersey, each drop bouncing off the asphalt in a steady rhythm. The city, usually alive with honking horns and chatter, seemed muted tonight, as if holding its breath. Somewhere, in a small, dimly lit apartment, Aaliyah sat alone, her phone clutched in her hands. The glow from the screen reflected in her tired eyes, but tonight, there was a restlessness she couldn't shake. Born in America, Aaliyah had grown up straddling two worlds, her parents' stories of Pakistan, the struggles, sacrifices, and dreams, and the harsh reality of trying to belong in a country that often felt both familiar and foreign. She worked long hours at a local cafe, barely making rent, barely seeing life beyond the daily grind. But tonight, a part of her hoped for more. Her phone buzzed. A number flashed on the screen that made her chest tighten. Ahmed. A childhood friend, a constant presence in her life until he had drifted away in his 20s, lost somewhere in the chaos of city life. She hesitated before answering. Ahmed, her voice was soft, almost fragile. I needed to see you, Aaliyah, he said, voice shaking slightly, carrying a weight she hadn't expected. You didn't have to come here, she said, though her heart pounded. She opened the door, the cool rain brushing her face as if warning her something was about to change. Ahmed stepped inside, holding a small envelope. His eyes were dark and serious, a shadow she had never seen before. This is for you, he said quietly. Aaliyah took the envelope with trembling hands and opened it. Inside were papers, official-looking documents, a tiny passport, and a handwritten note. Her eyes widened. The papers proved that Ahmed had risked everything, his job, his savings, even his legal status, to create a way for her to leave, to chase her dreams beyond the borders she felt trapped behind. Why would you do this?" she whispered, staring at him, confused and overwhelmed. "Because no one deserves to be trapped in a life they didn't choose," Ahmed said. "And because I couldn't let you give up on yourself." Aaliyah shook her head. She had known Ahmed for years, thought she understood him, but tonight revealed a courage and selflessness she hadn't imagined. Her chest ached with gratitude and disbelief. Suddenly, a loud, deliberate knock on the door shattered the moment. Aaliyah froze. Two men in uniform stood outside, immigration officers. "Ahmed, you're coming with us," one said, stepping forward. Her heart leapt into her throat. Everything, all at once, was slipping away. She wanted to scream, to beg him not to go, but Ahmed placed a hand gently on her shoulder. "Go. Now. Before it's too late." Before she could protest, he was gone, leaving her alone with the rain, the envelope, and a storm of conflicting emotions. She sank to the floor, clutching the papers, her tears mingling with the drizzle that had seeped through the cracked window. For days, she didn't hear from him. The world seemed dull, gray, and hopeless. And then, one morning, a single email appeared in her inbox. It was from Ahmed, though the address looked anonymous. "If you ever wonder why I did this, remember this: I saw your courage long before you did. Now it's your turn. Don't waste it. Nobody saw this coming, but this is your life. Live it." Aaliyah sat frozen, reading the words over and over. She realized he had planned everything meticulously, sacrificing himself to give her a chance. She could no longer pretend she didn't feel something more than gratitude. But there was no time to think about love, not yet. There was only life, waiting beyond these walls. With trembling hands, she packed her bag. Each item she touched felt heavier with the weight of what Ahmed had given her. Every street she had walked, Every job she had endured, every lonely night now led to this single moment of decision. The airport was a blur of lights and announcements. Aaliyah clutched her envelope like a lifeline, her mind spinning with memories of Ahmed, the boy who once climbed trees beside her house, the man who now gave her a chance at freedom she didn't know she could reach. As she passed through security, her phone buzzed again. Another message from Ahmed, Flight 715. Window seat. Watch for the sunset. It's yours. She smiled through tears. Even in absence, he had guided her, left clues like breadcrumbs to a better life. The plane took off, rising above the clouds, the city below shrinking into insignificance. And in that moment, Aaliyah felt something she hadn't felt in years, pure, unshakable hope. Weeks later, in a small town in California, she opened her apartment window to watch the sunset over the ocean. Everything was new: the smell of salt in the air, the sound of waves crashing, the unfamiliar streets buzzing with life. But she carried the memory of Ahmed with her, the invisible hand that had pushed her into a future she might have never dared to claim. Then, one evening, there was a knock at her door. She froze, heart racing, half expecting it to be someone from her past, or worse, an authority come to undo her newfound freedom. But when she opened it, she found Ahmed standing there. Older, wearier, yet smiling a secret smile that carried a lifetime of stories she had yet to hear. "I told you nobody saw this coming," he said softly. Aaliyah laughed through tears, understanding finally what he had meant. Life was unpredictable, cruel, and beautiful in ways no one could ever anticipate. And sometimes, the bravest thing a person could do was sacrifice everything for the chance to give someone else a life they truly deserved. That night, they watched the sunset together, two souls bound by courage, love, and the quiet certainty that some heroes never announce themselves, they simply act, and the world notices only after the impossible has already happened. And in that moment, Aaliyah realized, the unexpected could be the most beautiful thing in the world.